With March just around the corner, we've got a movie that's about to be premiering. They just released another trailer on February the 14th, Valentine's Day of all day. Now, we're going to be fair to it.
Whoa!
And if you didn't catch that little thing, yes, we're talking about Snow Brown and the 7 CGI dwarfmen or midgets, however you want to say it in there, however you want to say it. We have to talk about this because this is actually something with the trailer that was released on the 14th. No, we're not going to make you watch it because I am not, I am masochistic to myself, and ABF is even more masochistic than me, but I am not going to torture you with that. We're instead just going to look at some numbers. So Disney has slashed screen time for Rachel Zegler new Snow White trailer amid mounting backlash against the film's troubled star. Um, yes, she is troubled, but she has also caused a lot of trouble. Boo hoo, you little whiny baby. So, as the live action Snow White remake, can we even call it that anymore? I mean, they're ripping off a bunch of stuff, but can we even call it a remake? It's more of a reimagining, and it's the March 21st release. It's inching closer to it. Like I said, it's less than a month away at this point. Vash Sky, a contributor for that part place, reveals that the studio is significantly reducing the presence in the promotional materials. What else are they going to use? Just put more Gal Gadot on screen. Is there a shower scene? Because that's something I would like to see. I think a lot of the fans would like to see that. We definitely don't want to see more dwarfs because they look terrible as well. And so he made a comparison of the December 3rd trailer and the February 14th trailer, and it shows that the screen time was cut by nearly in half. And that's basically because Rachel Zegler has been poison to the entire campaign. Even though people were just like clowning and laughing at The Little Mermaid, it still ended up having decent legs in the box office. Still did decent. Now, did I watch that movie? Heck no. I vehemently disagreed with it, especially because they took the Hans Christian Andersen novel, that story, and they turned it on its heel. So I didn't like that. That was DEI casting at its finest or less than finest. But here's some numbers for you. So in the December trailer, it runs at 2 minutes and 24 seconds. She was featured for 68, making up about half of the trailer's total runtime. However, in the one that just dropped, which is only a minute long, she had 17 seconds, a little under a third. And if you actually do the numbers, this is a 50% reduction in her on-screen presence, signaling that Disney may be attempting to downplay her role in the marketing. Now, if you go see the film, you'll get full brunt of all of this. This is not to say that at all. They're not going to do even more cuts or reshoots or anything like that and cut her out more. This film is done. But as far as promotion thing, there's like maybe if we can keep her in the back, maybe enough time has passed, people forgot about her. No, we didn't forget about her. That's why we're putting this video out here today. The film has faced relentless criticism from the moment it was announced. Actually, I don't think it had. Not from the moment it was announced. I think most of it was when they announced the casting. The fact that they were doing it, yeah, there were a lot of people were like, well, it's iffy. There's a possibility they could do it halfway decently. People used to think that the Jungle Book and the Beauty and the Beast live action was actually tolerable. Obviously, Beauty and the Beast is my favorite film. So I nitpicked every single thing apart and I didn't like it. But a lot of people did like it, and they just constantly show up to the box office hitting their numbers. But once Zegler opened her mouth, that's when everything took a toll for the worse. Also, we had the little drama with the dwarfs because Peter Dinklage had to open his tiny short mouth and say that it was disrespectful, that he should be the only one to pull the ladder up behind him. So they went with that ragtag group of, I don't know, people they found in the San Francisco back alleyway. And then that got ragged on even more. And so they went back and had total reshoots to make them all animated. And then when they premiered that, I was like, this looks absolutely god awful. This is like I think the Trolls movie did this better. So they just can't win. And Zegler has been at the forefront. She has been the Ice Queen leader of this entire movement to tank the film. Also, going back to say, even though pictures released of how when she was a kid, she once cosplayed or wore a Halloween costume as Snow White, saying that she never liked the classic in the first place, that it was misogynistic, that it was just terrible. It painted a terrible narrative. Outdated my ass. She also took everything political because what do celebrities do nowadays? They take everything political, saying that people who vote against her should never know peace. Free Palestine, I guess. Yeah, sure. That's what's going to get people to actually watch your movie. If you're trying to get Twitter followers, maybe that's a good thing to do. But if you're trying to get people to go watch your movie, of which they already know that the story that you're going to be telling and the character that you are portraying are already a little iffy in their minds, absolutely horrible. We saw that with the election in an absolute landslide. Now, because they've had to do reshoots and all kinds of production things, as well as the marketing that they've tried to put out that has just been clowned on and ratioed all the time, every single thing has not had a positive response. The budget, at least the budget that they're reporting, has ballooned to an estimated 300 million. That's not including marketing. That's just the production budget. And with box office projections suggesting they're only going to open at around $63 million on the opening weekend. Well, mighty big shoes to fill. Mighty big shoes to fill. And this is coming off the heels of Captain Black America, which is something that they're touting right now. But let's be honest, this is a holiday weekend and it has very little to no resistance. Doesn't really have anything that it's competing against. Also, a lot of people are watching it to try to give it a chance. And the word of mouth is tepid at best. So that's where we're going with all this. They are trying to cut her out as much as possible because let's be honest, she has done this to herself. She will reap what she has sown. She's not going to have a job in Hollywood for at least another 5 to 10 years. Nobody is going to want to touch her with a 10-foot pole. But her 9-inch pole might suffice for her. That's the only way she's going to, get over the sadness of what she's done to herself. This is Multi from the GCA. We'll see you later on tonight with Off the Hip on Alec Baldwin's Fingers channel. You know that guy, the one that never misses. Well, I do all the time. Bye, guys.